The PlayStation 5 and the new Xbox Series X were supposed to usher in the next generation of gaming and enable a completely new gaming experience. Not only are the consoles hard to get, but there are also hardly any games that really enable next-gen gaming. This year, however, that will finally change. Technical demos, like The Matrix Awakens, have already impressively proven that next-gen gaming is really possible with the new console generation, and can look extremely cool. But in this video, we're not showing you cool demos, we're showing you real games that will give you a whole new gaming experience. You can expect incredible open worlds, remakes of the most popular video game series, and graphics and game physics experiences you couldn't even imagine before. So make sure you stay tuned here at Wonderlane. Let's start our video with number 10, and a game that should excite all Harry Potter fans. And that is Hogwarts Legacy. Many may still remember the Harry players, which appeared many years ago for the releases of the Harry Potter films, and weren't really all that impressive.
Hey Harry, remember me, Ron Weasley?
With Hogwarts Legacy, however, a wish that many Harry Potter fans have had for a long time is now coming true. The game will have a huge open world, in which places like the Wizard School Hogwarts, the Village Hogsmeade, or the Forbidden Forest can be explored completely independently. So, it's gonna be a bit like a Harry Potter in GTA style, because while previous Harry Potter games were rather simple level-based games, Hogwarts Legacy offers not only pretty impressive graphics, but also the freedom to do everything you've always wanted to do in the wizarding world of Harry Potter. For example, you can decide which house you want to join and which abilities of your character you want to train in particular. There is even the possibility to develop your character further and improve your magic. So, instead of just playing a character from the Harry Potter world, you become a student of magic yourself in this next-gen adventure. The game will actually be released this year, in September, but only if the release isn't postponed like before. We continue with number 9, and another visual masterpiece that shows what is possible on the new consoles with the Unreal 5 engine. We're talking about Stray, which takes place in a world populated by robots in the future, which mainly consists of neon-lit alleys of a big city, and can boast impressive details. Besides next-gen graphics, the unusual game concept is also interesting here. You control a stray cat through the large open-world map, and see everything from a completely different perspective. The goal of the game is to uncover an old secret and find the way home. You are supported by a flying drone that helps you communicate with robots. It is unclear exactly when the game will be released, but it has been confirmed that it will be released at least sometime this year. Let's move on to number 8, and the latest installment of a video game series that has been one of the most popular games in the world for 30 years now. In the last few months, more and more reports and sources have appeared saying that Nintendo is to present a completely new part of the Mario Kart series this year. Even though there is no trailer or even any pictures about it yet, some info has already become known. According to 2 leakers, there will be several major changes. These mainly concern the item system, because instead of always driving through identical item boxes, like in the current Mario Kart 8, there will be 2 differently sized item boxes in the new title. In addition to these item boxes, there will also be custom items that each driver selects before a lap, and then carries with him throughout the entire track. Supposedly, the smaller item boxes are supposed to strengthen these items and give them special abilities. So, Mario Kart will be much wilder in the future than it already is. By the way, an analyst has stated that Nintendo will probably deliver a preview of the next Mario Kart in one of the upcoming Nintendo Directs. Now we come to number 7, and a game that could become a real milestone for the next-gen consoles. While the movie Avatar was a real revolution in terms of animation technology, the game Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora, which is based on the blockbuster, is supposed to push the technology so far that you feel like you are really in the alien fantasy world. Although there was an Avatar game before, it was simply disappointing due to the less advanced technology compared to the movie. In the next-gen game, you now move across the planet Pandora in first-person perspective and experience an independent story that didn't appear in the movie. In addition to the graphics, the way the world and its creatures react to the player is supposed to be particularly spectacular in this next-gen game. Everything is supposed to feel uniquely alive in a way that was never possible on consoles before. On number 6, there is a game that should especially excite Lord of the Rings fans. In Lord of the Rings Gollum, as the name suggests, you don't slip into the skin of the heroes this time, but play the creature Gollum after he gets the ring. Lord of the Rings fans will have already realized that the game is set before the movies. And so, in this next-gen game, you get a completely new perspective for the first time, and don't just replay the movies. Apart from the impressive graphics, Lord of the Rings Gollum can especially convince with its unusual gameplay. Because the character is too weak for real fights, you have to play much more cleverly and find your own ways to get past enemies without taking damage. Gollum's special abilities in the game include especially good vision in the dark and the ability to sneak quietly. Thus, you explore the Lord of the Rings world in a completely new way. Let's continue with number 5, and the next-gen version of Cyberpunk 2077. Game fans should remember that the long-awaited and hyped action role-playing game, which is set in a futuristic world, was already released in 2020 for the old console generation, and annoyed gamers all over the world so much that there were not only masses of complaints, but even the stock of the game manufacturer plummeted. Cyberpunk had to deal with massive technical problems at the time. The version that will now be released for the next-gen consoles is supposed to offer everything that was promised in the trailers. Owners of the PS4 version will even get the upgrade to the PS5 version for free, so it will be interesting to see if the next-gen version will actually be bug-free. We continue with number 4, and the action role-playing game Horizon Forbidden West. While the predecessor, Horizon, on the PlayStation 4 was already convincing with its then fierce graphics and impressive battles, this next-gen sequel takes it to the next level. In Horizon Forbidden West, you play a woman who hunts machines in the 31st century, just like in the first part. The already good combat system has been reworked once again, and especially the great variety in the huge open world and all the many graphic details make you marvel at this next-gen game. There are snow-covered mountains, as well as dense jungles, tropical beaches, deserts, or even a complete underwater world to explore. By the way, these worlds are populated by 40 different machine species, so there is an incredible amount to discover in this game. On number 3 is the latest part of a game series that has always set standards in terms of graphics and realistic physics. The racing game simulator Gran Turismo lets you drive cars so lifelike that you can train for real races with them. The game runs on the PlayStation 5 in 4K and with HDR support, and also delivers a 3D sound that pulls you into the game audio-wise as well. In addition, Gran Turismo 7 makes use of the next-gen console's DualSense controller, so not only does everything look fantastic, but you can also really feel when you step on the gas, for example. In the 22 years that the game series has been around, the developers have continued to develop all the features, and have now reached a point that you couldn't even imagine on older consoles. On number 2 is a game that is likely to divide opinions. While many gamers are already looking forward to the next-gen release of GTA 5, others are annoyed that the game, which was already released on the PS3 in 2013 and came out again 2 years later for the PlayStation 4, is now being released again. So even though GTA 5 isn't a next-gen development, according to a manager at manufacturer Rockstar Games, the new version should actually feel like one. GTA 5 Expanded and Enhanced is supposed to look like the most detailed mods, whose videos have gone viral on YouTube, which would be almost photorealistic. Furthermore, the game is supposed to run in 4K at 60 FPS, have faster loading times, and improve damage and weather effects. Additionally, there is also said to be denser traffic, larger wildlife and plant life, new weapons and vehicles, and completely new playable activities. It has even been hinted that the story will be expanded with completely new missions this time, but whether all this is really enough to make people buy GTA 5 again after almost 10 years remains unclear. What do you think? Finally, we come to number 1, and the next-gen reboot of the game Saints Row, which is often called the crazy cousin of GTA by gamers. The open-world action game series is similar in principle to GTA, but much crazier. Instead of improving the graphics of the old game like GTA 5, the game company behind Saints Row decided to reprogram their game from scratch and make it suitable for next-gen consoles. Just like in the original, you build up a criminal empire, but this time there is a huge open world, completely new locations, different characters, and generally an incredible amount of variety. These were 10 cool next-gen games that will be released in 2022. Let us know in the comments which of these games you're looking forward to the most. Like this video if you found it interesting, subscribe to Wonderlane for more exciting content every day, and we'll see you next time, here at Wonderlane.